Always.
All righty, where's that phone? Where's my
Up there.
clock?
I'll get it.
All righty, we have a little bit less than a minute to go before we get started here. I know that the camera looking up under the double chin is not a good look, but oh well. That's what happens when you're sitting on a bed.
That's right. It's all the
I
bed.
love it.
All the
You guys
bed.
are in bed. I love it.
Yeah. Well,
It's
so
an indicator of the rest of the summer.
no, we are leaving on the 5th of July. But Benita said something about David Stratansky doing the training and there were some naked people or something. Did you guys hear that? No. I don't evidently. She goes, maybe just a couple of us noticed it. So I guess it depends whether you put it on gallery view or presenter view, and hopefully they were not the presenters, if you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, okay, we just hit the top of the hour. So I wanted to know, I'm not going to go through what we did before as far as everybody going, stating their goal and, what they wanted to accomplish by 4th of July, because I kind of got a feeling for where everybody is with that. And congratulations to Sandra, who hit her goal, which was gold, right? And now she's working steadily to solidify that gold goal that she has accomplished so that she has a strong foundation. She has unlocked the executive momentum pool. And so, as you all know, as you unlock the executive momentum pool, you want to get paid every single week that it's possible to get paid that profit sharing, as opposed to, not qualifying to get paid at your lifetime rank and missing out on that profit sharing. So, Sandra, I know you just joined. We're talking about you in a good way. So, anyway, so as you moved closer to your goals, I know some of you are disappointed that, that you haven't hit your goal on or before July 4th. You still have a couple days. So for crying out loud, don't give up now, because it's amazing what can happen even, and oftentimes does, in the last couple days before you hit your goal. And so, we were talking about how Kathleen and Mark are getting married here sometime soon. And so they're scrambling to get all kinds of things in place before they have their special day. And, there's certain goals that you can move the date and certain goals that you can't move the date. So come hell or high water, they're going to get married on this date, whether the gardens are perfect and whether, I'm not saying Kathleen wants to lose weight before a wedding, but a lot of women and men, I suppose, want to look their best for the photographs at their wedding. So, some people get down to their ideal weight and other people don't get down to their ideal weight, but come hell or high water, they're going to get married, even if they don't look perfect on the day, right? You just kind of, at some point, you're just like, well, here it is. We're going to do our best, right? So just if, so our goal is, we have a big goal of ambassador in 2 days. And chances of that happening, I mean, it could. I mean, a fairy godmother might fly in the window and bless us with that accomplishment. But I mean, in the real world, probably isn't going to happen, especially because you have to qualify so many weeks in a row in order to hit that goal. So, if you haven't hit your goal, doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that, you should quit ASEA. Doesn't mean that you need to get a new identity. Doesn't, and none of that. It just means that for whatever reason, the parts didn't come together so that you hit your goal. Doesn't mean that you should continue doing what you've been doing the same way you've been doing it for the next 7 years, because you may find yourself at the exact same place that you are right now, 7 years later, if you don't tweak what you're doing along the way. So, I would continue boldly in the direction of your dreams. And you might want to take the next 20 minutes and think about what you could improve, what you can do differently in order to help yourself accomplish your goal when you set your new date. Now, I'm not saying that you should set a new date till after the 4th of July. I would encourage you to run through the tape, right? And so until midnight on the 4th of July, I would not change your date. I would still keep all the doorways open. And I don't know if you've heard the story, but when Bo and I were with a different company, we had an incredible goal and we had done everything that we were supposed to do in order to accomplish that goal. But we hadn't collected the decisions and the pieces hadn't come together so that we could, set off the fireworks and open the champagne. Okay. But the most critical thing we did was we had a family meeting with our kids and we said, okay, and we looked in those little eyes and we said, okay, we're going to accomplish our goal. And when we do, what do you want to do? And our kids looked at us and they said, we want to go to the go-karts and we want to go to the hot springs pool. So we looked back at them and we said, okay, when we accomplish our goal, and it's going to be crazy around here and you probably won't eat properly and the house is going to be a mess, but when we accomplish our goal, we are going to take you to the go-karts and to the hot springs pool. And so when it was the last day, and we had to hit a $20,000 mark, and we were at $2,000. Bo said to me, Cindy, we're going to have to reset the date. And I said, oh, no, we don't. I'm not going to look at those little eyeballs and tell them their parents failed. I'm not doing it. And he said, well, how are we going to do $18,000 in one day? And I said, I have no idea, Bo, no idea, but we're going to do it. And he said, okay. So we did not know how it was going to happen, but we had faith that it could happen, right? We didn't close that door because it didn't seem realistic in our world, right? We kept that door open and said, okay, here we go. And that night at midnight, we had $22,000 and we woke our kids up the next day and we brought them to the go-karts and we brought them to the hot springs pool. Okay, so here's the thing. We are not in charge. We are simply an instrument for a much bigger cause. So you can't bail now. I mean, you can bail now, but I'll tell you the thing that separates the men from the boys, the girls from the women, the leaders from the lemmings is that time right now between now and the 4th of July. You are going to remember who you are. Hopefully, you're going to remember why you were born, why you're here, why you chose ASEA. You're going to, hopefully, if you remember correctly, you're going to get more, feel better about yourself. Like, gosh, why did I forget all those incredible things that I was born with? Because I've been alive for 40 years or 50 years or 60 years or whatever, right? So I would challenge you in the next 20 minutes to write down on a piece of paper what you're going to, how you heard that story about the two dogs that live in your body, the negative dog and the positive dog. And if the Indian says, which one's going to live, hopefully you answer the good dog because that's the dog I feed. Right. So for the next, from now until 4th of July, your dogs are going to be barking and you're going to have to decide which dog you're going to feed. And I would recommend, no matter how hairy it gets, that you feed the good dog. Okay. So what I would like you to do for the next 20 minutes is I would like to take a piece of paper, write on the top of the paper, good dog, bad dog, put a line down the middle. And you might want to put little characteristics of the bad dog and then X them out. And then write little characteristics of the good dog and underline those. And as it gets hairy between now and midnight on the 4th of July, you keep that piece of paper in front of you and make sure you're feeding the good dog. Okay. We'll see you in 20 minutes. undo it at any time. It just, it's,
Hey guys, we're back. I know you're surprised to see me, but what the heck? Might as well use me. Everybody, give me your faces. I appreciate it. So I wanted to share a couple stories and some mentality that we want to maintain here with you before we start hearing some of your guys' reflections on the assignment. So for a week, we were down in Watercolor, Florida at a family reunion, my family's family reunion. We do it every 2 years. There was 20 plus of us in this house down there and enjoying each other. And on one of the days, one of the family members was just maddened by this fly that would not stop. It was relentless, going towards this person's head, going around the room, just like, what is the deal with this fly? And the person's like, if that fly is driving me mad, if I don't do this, whatever. And our daughter-in-law came back with a comment that I think we all really need to listen to. And she said, don't give it the power. Don't give it the power to take away your calmness, to take away your own ability to think clearly, really. So really maintaining your mind. Don't give something the power. If this wasn't your time and, to make your goal or something, don't let it deter you. Holy moly, don't let it hold you back. Don't give it that power. We're the only ones that can give something else the power to take something away from us. Nothing else can do it if we make the decision not to. Now, there was another comment, and this is about the mentality that I had heard last week. And somebody was talking about, something like this fly. It just starts making you mad. If you get mad at it, I am so sick of it. I'm just getting mad. And their comment was, don't get mad, go mad, make a difference. MAD, go mad by making a difference. Okay, so when we're on this path, when we're making phone calls to people, go mad. It's your decision. Don't you give the power to something else to deter you from your goals and your decisions. Don't get mad about it. Go mad and make a difference. Right? That's what this whole call has been about for the past 6 months or whatever. And I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was so apropos, such a difference of how you decide to look at something, because it's so easy to get upset, so easy to get aggravated and get mad, and just change it and say, I'm going to go mad, and I'm going to do that by making a difference. MAD, go mad. All right. So with all that being said, can some of you, or are you willing to share with us a little bit about what went on through your thought process of pros and cons of the good and the bad wolf, feeding and starving one or the other, and what thoughts might have gone through your minds?
I'll go, Bo.
All righty. Thank you, Bonita.
Yeah. So I don't know why, but it was easier to think about the bad dog for a few minutes until I got my head wrapped around it, So
Yeah.
the first thing that hit me, the first thing was discouragement. It's so easy for me to feel discouraged. And then so what I was doing was going back and forth. So then on the other side, on the good dog, I thought, no, faith. And then, I'd go to the other side and I'd say fear, and I'd say, no, hope, so I just kept going back and forth and figuring out which was the good dog and which was the bad dog. And it really helped to know that, one of the bad dog that just popped out was self-loathing. Holy crap, where'd that come from? But it was just there, so I wrote it down. So serenity was a good dog. So I like this exercise. Thanks.
Absolutely. And again, it's a choice. Which dog are you going to feed? Each day, those dogs are looking for food. They're looking for energy. They're looking for power to take over, your thought process. Don't give it the power to diminish your own power, right? Who else to share?
I can share.
Please.
My goal is gold.
and I'm at 3,400 in my numbers right now. So I say I need to sign up people with entrepreneur cases. And so I thought about Edwin's, the training he did this week. There's a lot of people that want to be my friend. Sometimes I only want to have one person in common. Sometimes they're fraud, they're not real. So I asked them the question, can I ask you a question? And some answered, well, my goal is only to find a woman for myself. I said, okay, so you're not interesting. So I contacted 6 person during that time. So we'll see. I think I have like 20 person that wants to be my friend today. I'll contact them this way with what Edwin's told us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And how great is it to be able to mark that person off your list? Well, you're not looking for somebody. It's nice that you are. That's okay. I'm not. So let's, we don't need to be friends, and you don't want to hear what I maybe, would ask you. But I got to tell you, there's so many times we let people take so much of our mind's time when it's not necessary. And when you have clarity of what they want or what their agenda is, you're able to make a decision of how to deal with that. Good job, Lorraine.
I'll share
Sandra.
also, and I'm a big believer in having clarity in the mind, and I think it all starts with what you do first thing in the morning and how I start my day. So I take the time every morning, at least half an hour, to focus on my goals and to focus on who I am and what I'm meant to do here, and for the guidance to do it. So I'm going to support myself to continue doing that. And because how I start my day is an indication how I'm going to continue in my day. So thank you.
Absolutely. And measuring which dog you're feeding is a good way to figure out how to start your day, how you're going to finish your day.
Exactly, because both those dogs are there barking, and if you just, I find that the less attention I pay on to that bad dog, and I just don't even go there. I just go right to the good dog and focus on that side.
Yeah, and for those dogs, attention is food, isn't it? Right? That's what equals food to them. You put your attention on either one and they're salivating. So appreciate that. Anyone else in this exercise? Amy, I see that you have unmuted and we're so excited.
Yes. Cindy, this is great. I think, like Bonita says, the first thing which pops up is the bad dog, distraction, procrastination, late nights and all that. So I list all the bad dogs, and then, okay, what could we do to feed the good dogs? So that's what I'm working on, just getting into the habit, but focusing the light on it, kind of bring it to the awareness. So this is really good. Thank you so much.
I love that, the light. So I pictured with a flashlight, and you can either put the flashlight on the good dog, or you can put the flashlight on the bad dog. But when one dog shows up, the other one disappears. And then when you change the focus, the other dog lights up and the other one disappears. So you're the one with the flashlight. You decide which dog to light up. I love that.
Thank you. That bringing the awareness to that, if not, the day just disappeared. And now when I get distracted, I say, okay, that's the bad dog. Let's change the focus.
That's right. Don't get mad at the bad dog. Get mad. Go mad.
Get mad working. Right.
Who else?
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
I love, Cindy, that you said shine, or talked about the light, because I wrote shines the light on others, the good dog, and the bad dog shines the light on me. And I really feel like this is great exercise, just tweaking some of those things that I've been doing You know, did a little bit of three-way ambushing this year. I think that's going to change completely, even in the next few days. So
Absolutely.
thank you for all your leadership. It's been a wonderful 29 weeks or whatever it's been. Really.
So good. And, you know, I love the fact that you have the awareness now, Ruth, to say, why the heck do I shine the light so well on other people? And I take the, you know, put the darkness or whatever on myself. I mean, like, what the heck? Right? Because if you are the light and then you have so much light that your light shines over onto other people, that's completely different than hiding and shining the light just on other people. Do you see what I'm saying? So I see a difference in you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Difference in you. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, great insight.
Thank you for this is great exercise.
Well, I just want to echo what Ruth was talking about, and one of the issues that I find I struggle with, and I've been doing a lot of analytical thinking about it, is the comparison thing. You know, when I see, and I have a lot of really successful friends, not just in ASEA, but in other network marketing businesses. And I've had a lot of success in other areas of my life. And this is a whole different experience. It's really challenging me. And I've had to really do a lot of introspection, you know, just really inspect myself. It's been a year of growth or a decade of growth. But when I compare myself, you know, comparison is a thief of joy, right? I just get all this, you know, this down, I'm not worthy, la, 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 it's not going to happen for me, whatever. But when I really focus on what can I do to help someone else, just like what Ruth was saying, I'm focusing on really helping someone else. I get really excited and I just feel this surge of energy and joy and possibility. And it's just such, the contrast is so immense. And so this has been a really great visual. I'm a visual thinker. So this has been a really great visual. Cindy, thank you so much to just really realize which dog is barking at me here. You know, when I start to get envious of someone else's success, what dog is that, right? It's easy to figure that one out. And then just, you know, go feed the other dog, and then that joy and that possibility to come back. And that's, if my focus is there, then I'll get to where I want to be. And so thank you. And thank you so much for the opportunity to share with this group and be in this group and all the work that you guys have done. And the consistency has just been remarkable. And I just respect you both. We both love you both so much, and really grateful for the camaraderie that we've experienced in this group.
Awesome. Thank you for being a member of the group. And Kat, go mad.
Have I gone mad yet, babe?
Wait,
I'm getting there.
it's early in the day though.
It's still happening.
Mark is a little scared about this go mad thing. What's going on?
Well, actually, yeah, I love that acronym, make a difference. And everybody's recognizing when you do this exercise, that's the thing that flips the light over to the dog you want.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and what Kathleen just explained is doing that, getting outside yourself and focusing on being of service to others. And you know, that's the way everything's going.
Yeah.
And that'll feed over into your marriage also, right?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's, you know, especially when it gets tight up to your wedding date and you're like, why didn't you weed the garden? Well, no, that was your job. And I'm busy cleaning the refrigerator or whatever. You know what I mean?
There's been some of that. Yeah, some of that. Didn't you get the permit for the park? No, I thought you did. Oh, whoops.
Well, let's go somewhere else. Huh. Very cool.
Scratch the park.
Yeah, we were going to have a family picnic at the park, but you know, Plan B is good too.
That's right.
Thank you for all your help.
That's right. Well, I just want to put a plug in for Monday night. We're going to have Chris Maston on the 5th of July, even though it's, you know, some people celebrate Independence Day on the 5th of July. We're just going to, with this promotion and the layering of all the promotions, We're bringing Chris Maston on to make sure people are crystal clear with about how this level up promotion works. So on the ASEA Global Expansion Team Zoom on Monday night, 7 to 7:30 Mountain Time, make sure you and your team plug into that call so that everybody's crystal clear on how it works, because it takes a little bit of time to metabolize this promotion. So make sure you don't miss that call. And just because we're ending the Power Half Hour for right now does not mean that we're going to lose touch with all you guys. You know, we're going to continue to do things, but we're tweaking what we're doing to move that needle, because we're damn serious about these goals. It's just not just a pipe dream. It's not just words that we're saying to impress people or something. We're damn serious about this goal. And so we're tweaking our behavior to make sure that the universe takes us seriously. So we encourage you guys to do the same. All right, we're going to go out in the boat in Florida. So have a fantastic, fantastic day, you all. We love you very much.
Take care,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Happy
guys.
4th,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Cindy Bo.
Cheers, guys.
See everyone in
Thank
Nashville.
you. Cheers. Yeah.
Big hack from Germany.
Cousin Boo.